Good morning, guys, girls. Rob here with you, and we have the first poll of the year been released. Okay, um, Keith White, Matt Sharver, and myself. We all three ranked individually without looking at anybody else's scores. They both reported their scores to me. I had my score already ready. Um, Keith actually got his to me before I got mine ready, but I did not look at his scores. And obviously, you can tell because we um, we differed in some ways. Okay, after week one, we it was consensus across the board that Alabama was number one. Um, then it falls a little bit. Oklahoma have had an average of 4.33 on the three um, polls. I gave Oklahoma a 4. Keith gave Oklahoma a 6. Matt gave Oklahoma a 3. It's a 4.33 average. They're number 2 in the country right now. Number 3 in the country is Cincinnati with a 4.66. I ranked them 3. Keith ranked them 3, but Matt had them ranked all the way down to 8th. They were still able to hold a number 3 ranking, Cincinnati. Number 4 was Georgia. Keith and I, we both had them number 2 in the country. We know they're tough. They didn't play. They laid an egg game one. Matt put Georgia at 13, and for that reason and reason alone, they are 4th in their country. They would make. They would still make the postseason final 8. Iowa. Iowa. That's a team that I did. I had them ranked 14th. Keith gave them a lot of respect at 5. Matt has huge respect for him at number 2. What's up, Alex? That for that reason alone, Iowa is number 5 with a 7 average rating. Iowa State is ranked 6. I got them 5th. Keith had them 4th, and Matt had them 15th. 15th. And for that reason alone, they had an 8 rating, and they are 6th overall. Next comes Houston. They're number 7 in our poll. Pitt comes in number 8. Ole Miss comes in number 9, just missing the playoffs. Ole Miss. I had them actually going to the playoffs. Keith had them going to the playoffs, and Matt has them down the poll a bit. Ole Miss is going to have to gain strength in order to get there. Notre Dame, I got them in my top 8, but the other two guys did not have them in there, and for that reason, they are ranked 10th. They're going to have to move up the poll. If they win their games, they won't have a problem. Wake Forest, after their real good performance in week one, they are ranked 11th. Um, Michigan, Michigan ranked 12th overall. NC State ranked 13th. Kentucky 14th. Army, after that upset of Baylor, is given a 15 rating right now. If they just keep winning, they're going to make the playoffs. Kansas State 16th. Boise State 17th. Penn State 18th. Minnesota 19th. Now we're starting to get some of the teams that lost. Baylor 20th. BYU 21. Oklahoma State 22. San Diego State 23. Wisconsin 24th, and Michigan State 25th. But once again, the roster's 2021, last year's college teams. Consensus number 1, Alabama. That was one of the few positions I think we all three agreed on all the way across the board. It was consensus there. So right now, if the playoffs were today, Alabama would host Pittsburgh. Oklahoma would host Houston. Cincinnati would host Ohio State, 2 Ohio teams, and Georgia would host Iowa. And that's the way it would look right now. This week, I've already played a couple of games. Not going to give you any results yet, but we do have one 2-0 team. I will not divulge who the 2-0 team is yet, but I will at a later time divulge that. Um, but let me just tell you some of the games that's going to be played in week 2. Ohio State, Oklahoma. Um, Oklahoma number 2 in the country. Ohio State number 6 in the country right now. That's huge for the rankings right now. Let's see who else um, could really make an impact here. Let's see. Kansas State and Pittsburgh. Kansas State and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's 8th. Kansas State 16th. You know, both of those may be out of the polls by this week. Pittsburgh, if with a win, they just all they are doing is really magnifying it even more that they're there. How about Wake Forest and Michigan, number 11 against number 12? Winner of that has to be in the top 10 after this week. They would be moving on, no doubt about it, for another week to be to see what could happen with them. Like I say, Alabama's playing Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State did not play great in the first game, but Alabama is going on the road for this game. Kansas State. Kansas State and Pitt. Yeah, I just said that 8 and 16 they're going to play each other. Utah and Cincinnati. Cincinnati's number 3 in the country. What's up? What's up, Anthony? All right, what's going on? Been playing this through 1 week. Been playing the Fast Drive football, and we've got a rankings. Once again, let me give you the top 20 rankings after 1 week. Alabama, consensus number 1, 47-0, just drubbing of Utah State. They are number 1. Oklahoma is number 2. Cincinnati is number 3. Georgia is number 4. Iowa, their big win, they're number 5 in the country. Ohio State, 6th in the country. Houston, nice win for them, 7th in the country. Pitt, huge win for them, 8th in the country. Ole Miss is number 9. Notre Dame is number 10. Wake Forest is 11. Michigan, they had some trouble with their game. They fell all the way down to number 12. NC State is 13. Kentucky is 14th. Army, huge upset of Baylor. They end up getting in the top 15 right off the bat. Kansas State, 16th. Boise State, 17th. Penn State, lackadaisical win. They get to 18th spot. That's the last of our winners. These are the teams that didn't lose so badly. Minnesota, 19th. Baylor, 20th. BYU, 21. Oklahoma State, 22. San Diego State, 23. Wisconsin, 24. And Michigan State, 25. They're our top 25. I didn't go all the way through to 36. I do know Utah State was consensus last all the way across the board because they didn't score a point. 47-0 at the drubbing at the hands of Alabama. But that won't be the only team that gets drubbed by Alabama. So the thing is, Utah State will move up somewhere along the way in the 8 weeks that we play. Once again, let's give you some of the games that's going to get played this week. Navy at San Diego State. Both of those two teams looking for their first win of the season. Iowa State at Baylor. Both of those two teams lost in week 1. One of those two teams is going to be in terrible shape. BYU at Boise State. Boise State just did squeak by. BYU didn't lose by a lot. that should be a great, great game. Wisconsin at Iowa. Um, Iowa right now ranked number 5 in the polls. This will be huge if they can win this game over Wisconsin. Kansas State at Pittsburgh. They both won week 1. Pittsburgh right now would be in the playoffs at number 8. This would be a big game for them. Louisiana at Texas A&M. That game has been played already. I'm not going to give anybody the results of that game, but I've already played the Louisiana at Texas A&M game. Army at Notre Dame. How about this game? Army 15th in the country, Notre Dame 10th in the country. That's going to be big. What's up, Michael? Kentucky at Utah State. Utah State laid an egg game 1. They get to go play at home against Kentucky. They've got to get some points on the board. NC State at Georgia. Both teams win week 1. Georgia did not play the greatest against the Air Force. And we're going to see exactly how good NC State is. If they can win this week and beat a Georgia team, they'll definitely be in the top 10. Alabama at Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State did not play the greatest in week 1. Alabama, if they go out here and flatten them, they will concrete and cement the number 1 position. Air Force at Michigan State. Michigan State, that's another team that has got to get better. They did not play great. Air Force did not play great. One of those 2 teams will probably break into the top 20 this week. Oregon and Ole Miss. Ole Miss, number 9 in the country. They want to get into that playoffs. The only way you can do it, you got to beat Oregon and push your way forward. We'll see what happens there. Purdue at Houston. Purdue right now, they lost. Houston, they're number 7 in the polls. This is a big game for Houston, but Purdue needs it if they're just going to keep their season going. Utah at Cincinnati. Utah did not play great. Cincinnati, number 3 on our poll. They're playing at home this week after a pretty impressive win against Wisconsin last week. Let's see, Clemson at Penn State. Clemson loses. Penn State loses. Penn State barely does win. They just barely win. Neither team looking great. One of those teams should move up and probably into the top 15. Minnesota at Arkansas. Both of them lost the first week. They both need a win in the worst way. Wake Forest at Michigan. Number 11 against number 12. The winner of that will move up into the top 10 almost automatically. And Ohio State and Oklahoma. How about number 6 against number 2? I've already played that game. I will give everybody the results of that game probably sometime later today. Ohio State, Oklahoma. One of those 2 teams is 2-0 already and probably going to be solidifying a 2, maybe even a 1. If it is Oklahoma, if Ohio State wins, they're going to be in the top 5. So I hope you guys will join me for some more Fast Drive Football. Thanks. Big, huge thanks out to Keith White, to Matt Sharver for giving me their polls for the week. We all differed on some different things, on different ones, but we are, we having a lot of fun. Week 2, if you would like to take part in the polls, all I ask is I get all the scores together, their rankings and stuff. This game that you're playing seems very interesting to enjoy. Kind of reminds me of History Maker Baseball. Michael Peterson, this is free too. This is a free download. I got this book. I got it bound, with a free, with a plastic cover and a plastic back. This is $11. You're in Texas. You don't have to pay tax. It'll be less than $11 for you. I got this printed out at Staples, and they bound it for me and everything for less than $11. And you can get the college version. All you have to do is get the college teams. Less than $20 for everything. And you've got all the directions and everything that come with it. Print those out on regular paper. Print this out on 110 stock or more or heavier. But that's what way I decided to go with this, and it's working well. Thanks so much for joining the channel. Thanks so much. You got a brand new subscriber, TJ. Thanks so much to you as well. We're growing every day, not by leaps and bounds, by just hops. We're just moving on a little bit. If you didn't see a video, about 3 or 4 videos ago, Travis Wilson, a new member to the channel. He's big into thoroughbred racing. He actually owns some horses from up in Long Island. We're going to have him back on the channel some more too, but as we go along. We'll catch him as his schedule allows it, and we will be back as much as possible. I got a little bit of a cold today, so I'm going to treat that. I got something to drink, got some meds I'm going to take. I'm just not feeling the greatest, but I wanted to come on here and at least update you guys with the poll. Great day. Have a great day. Great day, great day. Have a great day. God bless and be good to one another. Use YouTube for what it's supposed to be. Positive, not negative, and just have a great overall Thursday. And I will see if I can get back on here later today if I'm able to. I'll try to get some games maybe going. God bless. Bye-bye.